everybody.
Live.
Yes, we are live.
Facebook Live, Monday.
Again, we are live with Kick-Ass 2020, and we're winding down the series. But before we close it out, I wanted to add in one, especially because it's all about the new year and how people make wishes and promises of how they're going to change. And it really boils down to behavior and habits. So
I said this earlier, there's already a drastic decline in attendance at the gym this morning. It's only been like 2 weeks.
Right?
It's terrible.
It was literally a line to get into the parking garage at the Equinox. And then today.
Like a week ago.
Yeah, today. There's barely any people. There was a line for the shower in the ladies' room, and now it's not that way anymore. So
it was crickets.
It just goes to show you that human unconscious behavior overrides.
Yep.
Because consciously we're like, oh, I'm going to change this habit, and I'm going to start waking up early, or I'm going to start going to bed early, or maybe in the sales conversation, I'm going to charge my worth, and I'm going to feel good about it.
I really want to charge more money.
Yes.
I want to get more clients this year.
Yes.
What's keeping us from doing that?
Or maybe it's around food. Like, I promise that I'm not going to eat sugar anymore, or I'm going to something simple as even drinking water before you eat.
We're on our 90-day no alcohol?
No alcohol. Yeah. Just because we feel like we want to just cut that out and be crystal clear with our consciousness and stuff like that. We do it from time to time because it feels good. So what keeps people from keeping these habits, these new behaviors, these dreams, these goals, aspirations, and wishes that they said that they're going to do?
What is it?
Hey, Christina. Hey, Carla. Thank you for jumping on. So what do y'all think?
Is it self-sabotage?
Yes.
Where does that come from?
It could be. It could come from belief systems, right? Maybe they have a belief that says, oh, I never stick to my goals, or I always self-sabotage. Once I get in a role of something, then I always end up sabotaging myself before I succeed. Or a lot of times in success, we see people have that waiting for the shoe to drop belief that's lurking in the background that ends up sabotaging them. And a lot of times it's just trained behavior. So you have been this way for a long time, and you have trained yourself and learned very, very contextually and very specifically of how to do that habit or behavior that you don't want in your life.
So you actually have to unlearn that behavior. You have to actually unlearn how not to do it so that you can do the new behavior at the unconscious level, which is your beliefs, your attitudes, your habits, your
strategies.
Emotions.
We have step-by-step strategies of how pretty much we do every behavior that we do throughout the day.
Our routine thoughts and emotions and behaviors.
Yep.
We have to clear all that in order to create new.
Well, the cool thing is with NLP, you can actually let go of those beliefs. You can find learnings around them. You can install a new behavior. You can actually blow out old strategy. So if you have a strategy that sucks, that doesn't get the result you want, like maybe you have a strategy for making decisions that you then doubt yourself, like self-doubt is a strategy. It's a process that you do. Or maybe you have a strategy for sabotaging yourself after being on a diet for 3 weeks. Or maybe you have a strategy for saying that you're going to wake up every single day, but then the 5th day that you end up sabotaging yourself. So we have strategies for self-sabotage, and we also have strategies for success. So the cool thing is that you can figure out what that is. With NLP, we can blow it out. But what right now we want to teach you is something that we call rehearsal. First, you want to figure out the behavior that you don't want to do anymore. And you want to very specifically pinpoint every single step that you're doing to bring it to your awareness.
Yep.
So ask yourself, is there something in your life that maybe you already said that you're going to quit doing, and you found yourself doing it anyways? It's like you made this commitment to change, and then halfway through doing it again, you're like, oh, I forgot. I promised myself that I was going to change. Did anybody feel that yet? Hey, Becky. Hey, Sharabella. It's good. Thank you for joining us. So put in the comments if you have already sabotaged yourself, or if you've already messed up a new habit that you wanted to install for 2020. I
was talking about this morning how we went to the gym, and the attendance at the gym has already dwindled from like the first week of the new year to now, Monday. Drastic difference. It's amazing how there was a line to get in the parking garage, like 2 weeks ago, and there was no line today at the same exact time.
So ask yourself, what do you want to quit doing? So write down, have you ever asked yourself how you do this problem? How do you do this bad behavior? Or how you do it? What are the steps? For an example.
Well, I also want to add is the belief of if you're aware of like not stopping or stopping something, or is it internal or external? Meaning, are you aware that you're not doing it or you want to stop doing it, but you can't, or is someone else not helping you stop? So there's an environmental thing too.
Yeah.
You know?
Though you want to slow down that behavior of how you do it. For an example, we have
and get aware of how you do it.
We do performance coaching, and one of our clients in the past had a great strategy for being late. There was a process that individual was doing inside their mind, internally and externally, that would create them late. And then we've also done it with people going to bed late, because there's something that happens internally and externally that ends up creating them going to bed late, whether it be searching on YouTube or looking on Facebook. There's something that happens that creates the behavior of being late.
Something to distract you.
Mm-hmm. Or
cause the distraction.
Yeah. So you want to ask yourself, how do you do this behavior that you don't want? Like, what are the steps? First, you like literally list it out. First, let's say that you're being late. First, you look at the clock and you say to yourself, oh, I got time. I'm sure we've all done that before. We look at the clock.
You have to see something.
Yeah.
You have to hear something.
Yeah.
You have to feel something.
And yes.
There's always a trigger. There's always a start to it, right?
Yeah, so there's something that sets it off. And then you say, okay, so what is the next thing to do? Well, because I have time, then I'm going to find something to fill the gap of time, right? And then usually it's like YouTube or Facebook or whatever. So whatever happens, what are the step-by-step processes of how you're doing that strategy that isn't working, or that habit? Right? So write all that stuff down on a paper and bring it to awareness. When you're walking through, you're like, wow, I didn't realize I do all these steps inside my mind to create. It's kind of phenomenal. I just geek out on this stuff. Like the things that we do inside our mind that creates this specific habit that you don't want to do anymore. So you write all that stuff down, and then you ask yourself, what would be much more effective instead? What would be much more effective instead?
What could you do instead?
Yeah.
What would be a different behavior, a different routine?
Mm-hmm. And so you want to write all those steps down, step by step by step. For an example, let's say that in the context of sales. So maybe in the past, every time you got into a sales conversation, you did great. You built lots of rapport. You asked lots of questions. You clearly found that you could serve this person. So you found the need, right? You figured out what the problem was. But then when it came to go for the pitch, where you share your offerings,
to present your offer.
Yes.
Maybe you got this weird feeling inside, like, oh, maybe you felt like it's too soon to ask.
Yes.
Right.
So the trigger would be, it's time for you to go in for the close. So you know when that is. You always know that in the conversation. You know when it's time to go in the close. But then the next step inside of you start having that fear feeling, or that doubt, or that incongruency, right? So, and then after that, then you probably freeze up, and then you either go really, really fast through the conversation, and you leave out some detail, or then you end up charging less than you were originally holding yourself accountable. Like we see this a lot. People charge less than what they're worth, or they downplay the easier package to sell. So what could you do instead?
What could you do instead?
Well, you're in the sales conversation. You're building rapport. You're asking questions. You find the need. Now it's time to link the need to your offer. Then, since we have taught you this before in some of the other series, you could use your resource anchor, right? You could fire your resource anchor, which will immediately pull you into a powerful state. So it will collapse that old feeling. And another thing you can do is rehearse before you get in these sales conversations.
To get into that state,
yes.
To be able to present your offer, or to be able to actually get on the phone with like a high level of energy.
Yes.
And confidence and certainty.
And practice talking about your offer and how much it is with certainty.
But first things first, you've got to ask really good questions. You got to know the kind of questions to ask. So you have that, you have that available to you if you have the questions.
Exactly. But it's all about rehearsal. Of course, with NLP and some of the strategies we teach in the training will make it faster. But this process is absolutely powerful if you just rehearse. if you rehearse talking about the money and you feel confident and you fire a resource anchor doing it over and over again, and before you know it, it's installed as a new habit. So then when you walk across that threshold next time that you're in that conversation, it's going to feel natural.
So you have to rehearse making money.
Yeah. You rehearse.
You have to rehearse practicing to make money.
Yes.
The language.
Why doesn't people do this?
The building rapport.
I don't understand.
The question asking, the calling.
People rehearse
presentations.
Yes. People rehearse everything. Like if you're a musician, you rehearse your instrument, right? If you're in sports, you rehearse the plays, but we don't do this in sales. I don't understand that.
I don't
get it either.
I don't get it either. I just wanted to make that clear. So in case there was somebody listening to this that found value in what you were saying, because you said,
I hope they're finding value.
You presented it beautifully.
We rehearse.
You presented it beautifully.
Okay.
I just want you to know.
I'm working on it. Like I'm rehearsing right now.
I might have rained on someone's parade that they might actually have to practice these tools and techniques.
Yes.
That's all.
The more you do it, the easier it gets. Same thing with public speaking. So we have a strategy. I used to have a really powerful strategy of giving myself a shit ton of anxiety. So every time I would get up in front of the room.
There's a lot of people that give themselves a shit ton of anxiety.
Right? Because you're like sitting there and you know you're about to go up and you're like, your
heart's they're good at giving themselves
right?
anxiety.
So you practice that over and over again in NLP. We practice that anchor, which then sets off the process of anxiety. Anxiety is a behavior. It's a habit that you've created in yourself that you do over and over again. And something sets it off that fires it, and then you get anxious. So you can actually relearn and retrain yourself to become calm and confident and believe in yourself.
So we want to invite you this year for 2020 to practice sales.
Yes.
Actually create a habit of creating a new sales process. We're all about creating a sales process because so many people think they have enough rapport, or they think they know exactly how to present their offer. There's so many pain points and things they're missing by not asking the right questions, by not asking deep, unconscious questions.
Yeah, and if you want to practice with a friend, maybe just practice the sales conversation with a friend, and then practice presenting your offer with the new price that you want to charge over and over again. The more you do it, the easier you get. I mean, this is standard sales training. I mean, the NLP is an extra nugget of flair. Like, go back and listen to some of our episodes on YouTube, because we have about anchoring and how to get in a positive, confident state. If you mix that in your strategy, you will feel confident. Your energy will be vibrating at a different level to where it will feel congruent to the person on the other sales side, on the other side of the sale. And so they'll trust you. They'll feel the confidence that's coming through. So it's all about practice. Same thing goes for if you made a commitment to wake up for yourself early in the morning to go to the gym, then why not get out your alarm and rehearse laying down in bed, having the alarm go off, and then getting up and going right to your gym clothes and putting them on. We had a friend that was also an NLP trainer. She had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. She literally rehearsed every single morning. She's not a morning person. She rehearsed every single morning, where she did it.
Anchoring, slipping on her shoes.
Yes.
So as soon as she put them on, totally alive, totally awake.
Feeling energized.
Totally full of energy.
And she did this before she actually did the test run of waking up at 4:30 in the morning. If you do it enough, the unconscious mind will get that this is a new behavior, this is the new you, and it will relegate it to where it's totally unconscious.
So how can someone install a new habit around money? How can we install a new habit around money in 2020?
What specifically?
So specifically with money maybe not flowing into their life like it should. Right?
Oh, yes.
So if we have clients that don't want to pay us, maybe they're not paying us on time, or maybe they're not even paying us what we're worth, where are we doing that in another area of life? Right?
Yeah.
And how is that a pattern? Because that can be broken. It can be unlearned.
Well, and it's also the mindset around money, because I know this time of year, after we spend a lot of money on the holidays and buying
everybody
gifts,
just
and
shrivels up. They go,
and a lot of people,
I can't afford it.
Yeah, so there's those conversations inside your head. You're like in
Money
scarcity mode. And so installing a new habit of thinking around money is anytime you feel yourself having fear, doubt around money.
What do you want instead of fear, doubt, scarcity of money?
And then fire your resource anchor. Literally fire your resource anchor, how we taught you on the video in the sales series. And I think it was also, there was another series too. Anyways, the resource anchor, fire it to where you get into a confident state, and it links neurologically to your thought around money. See, then you'll create a neural net of confidence and congruence and power and feeling in control when you're thinking about money. If you do it enough, repetition, it will install it at the unconscious level to where automatically every time you have a thought about money, it will be connected to confidence instead of fear. Absolutely. Which is really powerful. So I hope this was helpful. It's all about rehearsal. It's all about bringing awareness to some of these unconscious behaviors we have. We say we are going to change these habits, but we never really contextually figure out what those habits and those steps that we're doing are. And so I think that's one of the reasons why people fail, because they don't really understand the process of how they're doing the bad habit. And then they never figure out what exactly they want to do instead. And then they don't rehearse it. They just say, oh, I'm going to change it. But the problem is that most people are running 95% unconscious throughout the day. And
which
that's
means
why
95% of you, of the bad habit, or the habit you want to change,
is unconscious,
is attacked consciously. So we never get to the 95% because we only attack the 5% conscious. I want to wake up early and I want to go to the gym.
Yeah, but their unconscious mind overrides. And unless you're doing a lot of work with NLP, which bridges the gap between conscious and unconscious, if you're trying to consciously change the habit, it's a lot harder. So it's bringing it to the conscious awareness. Then you can actually rehearse and tell the unconscious mind, listen up, this is real. We are changing right now. I'm taking control of the reins.
Things just got real.
Yes, this is real. This is the real me. I am taking control of you, darling. So it's all about the practice. I hope this was helpful. I feel like we kind of went on a rant.
We kind of did.
And it's good stuff.
But I feel like it was good.
Yeah. So
we'll get feedback either way.
Yeah, give us feedback about this if it's helpful. If you need any other areas or examples, let us know, because we could literally unpack every single behavior somebody does throughout the day and how to change it.
That's right. So we're excited. Make Monday amazing.
Make it a wonderful week, and we see you on Wednesday.
Make it a prosperous week. Yes. Go out there and make some calls, help some people, and make a little money.
Yes.
Or make a lot of money.
All right. Love you.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like our content and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button below. We'll be posting videos every single week.
And if you want to learn more about NLP or a certification program or even performance coaching, come join us on our website at yagertraining.com, and you can find the link in the description below. We hope to see you on the next video. Thank you.